Welcome to the Finding Mojo podcast. Watch and listen to conversations about humble beginnings, struggles, and victories.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm where I am right now, because I'm kind of stubborn. So no, I gotta do this.
Character development really did start when I cosplayed. You bump into troubles when you're younger, and then you realize, oh, I did wrong.
Featuring a healthy melange of guests from different walks of life.
We're trying to find ourselves. We're trying to land our feet on the ground and be part of society. Who are we in society? How can we be useful?
When it comes to youth, I don't know, if you're like 18 years old or 21, 22 years old, just go love a person, love what you do. When you get hurt, just accept it. It's all part of growing up.
Be inspired, get creative, and find your own mojo. The Finding Mojo podcast, powered by BSA Solutions, the place where bright minds meet. A certified great place to work. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Finding Mojo podcast. This podcast is brought to you by BSA Solutions. We are happy to announce that we just received, or we are the recipient of the Great Place to Work award for 2 years in a row now. So, yay! Congratulations to us. Our guest for this episode is probably the most interesting person that you don't know just yet, because while she is in the spotlight, she loves to live in anonymity. That's how I would say that about her. But you may have seen her if you go around town, if you party, especially on weekends, you may have seen her in one of the bars, or if you go about up north, down south of Cebu and the rest of the neighboring areas, you may have seen her in festivals too. Really interesting. Please help me welcome, joining us on the Finding Mojo podcast today, Miss Nikki Lim.
Hello!
Hi, Nikki.
Hello.
The last time I met you, you were playing at First Five.
Yes.
Remember that?
First Five, yes.
It's one of those nights, and I'm so happy because here's how we got to be introduced. We have a mutual friend, which is probably the busiest DJ in Cebu, DJ Charles Saladaga. Now, we went last year in Bantayan.
Island.
Yeah,
in Santa Fe.
Yeah, in Santa Fe for an event, and I've seen her with DJ Charles over at Envy. So really busy. But the thing is, she is not just a DJ, and you will find out a lot of things about Nikki as we go along in this podcast. So, Nikki, you live a very interesting life. To me, you are the epitome of the term jack of all trades, master of none. Now, because of this, I'd like to take you back in time, especially during your younger days. Were you as curious about knowledge and absorb everything like a sponge would?
No.
Okay.
As a teenager, I'm more of a happy-go-lucky person.
Mm-hmm.
You only live once, so if I want to do something, I just do this. If not, then do something else. I wasn't really curious. I just, go with the flow lang.
Okay. Were you more athletic? Were you more into like reading books or what have you? How was your disposition back then?
Not into reading books, but I'm more of an athletic person.
Athletic.
Yeah.
What games did you like do back in the day?
Anything. Badminton, volleyball. I even tried basketball.
You did?
Yes. We can actually play right away, as kids.
Right.
Yes. Or I was also actually a professional swimmer back in the days.
Oh, you were?
Yes,
That's not even on the list. You were a professional swimmer?
Yes.
How young were you?
I started grade 4, I think, elementary. I already joined Milo Olympics.
Oh, you did?
City Olympics, went to Bacolod, Dumaguete, Iloilo. I also joined Palarong Pambansa and Batang Pinoy back in the day.
That is crazy. And you represented
Cebu.
your Cebu.
Yes.
Cebu City. So if you were a swimmer, I would love to believe like the Abeliana sports complex was like your second home back then.
Yes, every night there naradyo ko dito mag-train.
Wow, every night.
Yes.
That is crazy. But that already like speaks volumes of how athletic you are and how game you are for things. Wow, that's great. Like I said a while back, we got introduced as as you being a DJ and myself being a hype man. Yes, believe it or not, I was a hype man too back in the day. But yeah, how did you get into the party scene? That's like far ends of the spectrum. You're a swimmer. You basically have to train for that, and then you have to train for that day in and day out, and then you go like at the far end. You're a party DJ. How did that come about?
It's actually a funny story because I'm actually in a dance group, and one of my members actually saw a post shared by DJ Charles that Envy is actually auditioning for the next female DJ. And she said, "Well, let's try this out. I mean, wala may muwagtang nimo if we try ta." And I was really very hesitant at first. I asked also my best friend, "Hey, should I try this? I mean, so why not, diba?" So we auditioned, and I got some part.
So when was this? What year was this? Was this before the pandemic? After the pandemic?
After the pandemic.
This was which year?
2022. I think somewhere 2022.
This is mind blowing because if you're saying you started in 2022, but now you're gigging like constantly,
Yes.
and now you're playing in festivals. Here's the thing, folks. If you're not familiar with the party scene, there's a lot of DJs. A lot of DJs, especially here in Cebu. And there are a lot of bars too. So it could be a smaller bar, it could be a bigger bar, it could be a club. And then again, there's different kinds of clubs too. So it depends on what kind of music is being preferred or what the establishment prefers. But on your end, you started with Envy. Envy's small. It's small, but you have the who's who partying there. And then the transition from the smaller venues to like bigger venues, outdoor venues, man, that's crazy. For 2 years.
Yes. Yeah.
How was the transition from like smaller venues to like bigger events?
It was hard, but I learned, of course, from one of the best, DJ Charles. Hello, DJ Charles.
Yeah.
And when I go to bars, I don't just party. I also, maybe do some research myself on how DJs play. Okay, in this kind of club, it's better if I play these kinds of songs. When it's festivals, okay, these are the songs that will usually be played as a DJ.
That is really crucial to how successful you will be in the future. And if you're a DJ or if you're an aspiring DJ, take note of this. You also have to really know that you're and scout the venues you perform or you're about to perform. At least you get to know the feel and the mood of the people who party in these places.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I also try to observe what other DJs are doing, so I have an idea what to do also.
And a lot of it, I guess, really is, how fast you accelerated from being a club DJ to like playing in festivals. A lot of it really is because of Charles, because he gives you like a lot of pointers. And who's the best mentor to do it? It has to be him.
Yes, of course.
Wow, 2 years. I'm so impressed because when I did the MC thing, that was like 2016, and I semi-retired in 2017. So I kind of have a feel for the bars and then the clubs and then the bigger venues. So, but for you to be able to do that in like 2 years' time,
yes,
that is crazy. Let's talk about. You already mentioned it a little bit. Little Bird told me that you are also crazy on the dance floor. You said you were a dancer, but here's the thing. I had to snoop on your Facebook a little bit. Marimar, listen to this. Not only is she a dancer, she's a fire dancer.
Yeah. Yes.
Tell us about that. So the DJ thing was like, you've been doing it for like 2 years and then some. Dancing for sure. I think you've done it longer.
Dancing, I think, for me lang I think I've been dancing since I was a little kid na gyud.
Yeah.
Siguro when I was still inside the stomach of my mother, nagsayod ako.
But when you were like part of a dance group and what have you, and then the fire dance thing, when did this start?
It started college. Well, back in high school, I was already dancing, but it's different when you're in college because I already found my group there.
Right.
Yes, there's this USC dance club wherein if you join this club, you're exempted from PE. So I auditioned.
Okay.
And then I don't want to go to PE. I'll just go to this dance club na lang.
Okay. So dance for the USC dance club, and what kind of dances were you doing back then? Was it more traditional, classical, or
It's more on modern dances, hip hop, mga pang Gen Z na dances.
Cool. That is cool. And what were the dance crazes or trends that you hopped into back then when you were part of the dance club?
Nene,
Nene.
Nene, the doggy, very millennial.
And I love it. And that's how it's supposed to be. You know that's why. You giving us the answers kinda is giving us a hint at how young she is. So you got the Nene, you got the Dougie. What else?
Unsa pa man? I don't remember already.
I remember Baby.
Yeah,
Soldier Boy
Crack
too.
You.
Yeah, that one, right? So
My generation.
yeah, so that's fun. And how many were you in the dance group?
Actually, we were plenty because some also didn't want to go to PE. So we auditioned.
Now, with joining the dance club, were you like, traveling around Cebu, or was it more like
Oh, no,
for
no.
events?
For more on school events. Just on
gotcha.
school events.
I got you.
But there was also there was an ad in a local newspaper that they were trying to look for dancers to dance for their company. So my group auditioned and we got the job. But we
Great.
were paid more on allowances, or they would give us free whitening soaps, lotions.
You got the X deals. I love it.
Yes.
How about the fire dance thing? Did you do that during the dance group, your USC dance group days, or what?
It's actually I learned from a different group.
Mhm.
I have friends in UC and they're very good in fire dancing. I think the name of the group was Fire Attraction.
Okay.
They also joined PGT before.
they did?
Yes,
Wow.
yes. And I saw them fire dance and I was amazed, and I also said, I want to try.
Uh-huh.
So I asked them, hey, can you teach me how to do this? And then they did give me some pointers, some basics, and I learned there. And they're very busy. So what I did, I looked on YouTube.
Okay.
So it's like the other tricks that I've learned is self-learning lang from YouTube.
Did you hurt yourself in the process?
Yes, of
did
course.
you have burns?
Yes,
Oh man, but those are like
it's part.
it's part of the process. But that's crazy. If I were to give you like the fire thing and everything, would you be able to do it now?
Yes,
Wow.
kaya. Why not?
We just don't have it. Yeah, I'm just kidding. That's amazing. Now let's talk about that other unglamorous side of Nikki. I mean, it's far from the glitz and the glamour and the fame. It doesn't have the lights and everything, but you're also a lawyer by profession. How many years have you been doing the lawyer thing?
I passed 2020, year 2020, so almost 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And are you a defense lawyer? Are you for the prosecution, or is it depending on
It
the
depends.
case?
It depends on the case.
Okay. That's really your main job, basically?
Yes.
Wow. I it's so hard to you can't tell that she's a lawyer by profession. You cannot tell. I am really surprised here because I believe Charles mentioned this last time, and I was like, but she's a DJ. How is she a lawyer? I mean, how did that go about? I mean, how many years does it take for you to like really pass the bar and everything? Like go through the process.
Before you become a lawyer, you have to graduate like a 4-year course.
Right.
Yes. Others, no, even if you graduate nursing, you're a graduate of management accounting,
Right.
it doesn't matter if you're a graduate of PolSat, as long as it's a
4-year
4-year degree.
course.
Yes,
Yeah.
4-year course. And then you can now proceed to law.
Law is what? How many years?
If you're good at it, just 4 years. Yeah.
And how many years did you take it?
6.
But the fact of the matter is, you're now a lawyer. What cases have you been like handling lately?
Me personally, I handle more on collection cases. Kanang mga nautang.
Right.
Yes.
So any tips you can give everyone about that part of the law? Like how do you not get into the part where we will have to sue you?
Pay your debt. Pay your debt on time to avoid interest.
Yeah, those are three. Those are three advices. Pay your debt. Pay your debt on time. Pay your debt on time so you can avoid interest. See? 3 things right there. I'm mind blown because we've barely scratched the surface. She still has a lot of things on her plate because upon my digging, I also found out you're also part of the Coast Guard. Yes.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I'm part of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary.
Yeah, so what that means is you're a reserve member or what?
You can call it a reserve, but it's more of a volunteer organization where we assist the Philippine Coast Guard in their functions.
How did you find time to be part of the Coast Guard? When did this happen?
I have a classmate in law who's actually a member of the Coast Guard Auxiliary.
Wait, hold on. You found time to be part of the Coast Guard while you're still taking up law.
Yes.
Which year was this?
I think it was 2019, 2018.
2019, okay. And how long is the process, especially the training, that you have to undergo for you to be part of the auxiliary?
To be part of the auxiliary, you don't really need... It's not really that long. You just need to apply, pass your forms. When you're already a part of the auxiliary, that is where you get trainings already.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, like say for example, if they need your services, then you can commit. Is it because since it's still voluntary, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
it's up to you if you want to heed the call or what have you, right?
Yes.
When you went through the process, how long did it take you to be part?
3 months, I think.
3 months.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I
Not
thought it
that
was
long.
I thought it was that long. Okay, that's why. Now it makes sense. 3 months. Once you go through the process, submit your application and everything, then you get to be part of the auxiliary Coast Guard. That's something you also might want to check out too. Yeah, it's service for the country.
Yes.
Yeah. There. Next, remember when we went to our event in Bantayan? Before we got to Bantayan, we went to your hometown. Because the thing is, before we went there, we had a road trip and we had to ride. We had to hitch a ride on Nikki's ride, and we had to do a stopover over at So Good so we can switch vehicles. Yeah, because that's how we roll. Anywho, I was able to see your place. Your mom and dad was there, and when we stepped out of the vehicle, Charles was like pointing at a poster of you. You ran for public office. How was the experience?
It was a great experience. It was unique. It was different. It's very different from the lifestyle that I have as a DJ.
Yeah.
We really have to mingle with the people.
Right.
Sometimes you get too invested because you already know what their problems are, and that's what I learned, that you should not be too invested in this kind of industry because it's gonna make you cry.
Yeah, you mean politics?
Yes, politics.
But I believe that's a good experience for you. And like you said, it's hard when you listen to people's,
problems,
their struggles, their everyday struggles. And then sometimes you feel helpless because you want to help, but then there's only so much that you can do. But not everyone is privileged to be able to run for office and everything. And I'm happy for you that you were able to do that. Who pushed you in the first place to run for office? Was it your parents? Was it relatives? Your parents?
My mother.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Was she a politician back then? Or?
No, but she is really from So Good. She's a Sogurana, and she really wants me to really mingle with the people to help them also, because she has been there for how many years since she was still a child. So she knows the problems of the people.
She knows the problems and she wants to give back, and she wants you to do it. For those watching, it's just nice to be able to see someone who may not have been given a chance to really like hold the office and help the people, but for sure, I know in your hometown you do a lot more things that need not be publicized.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, people appreciate that for sure. You already mentioned your mom, and I believe your mom is a strong influence in your life. I have some fast talk questions. Do I look like Tito Boy? I hope not. But yeah, we have 3 questions, fast talk questions. So just answer off the top of your head. Question number 1: one word to describe your mom.
Strong.
If there's one thing you would like to do for your mother today, what would that be?
Clean my room.
Best advice from your mom.
Oh, she's not good in communicating, but she's more of a provider, and she's like, the action speaks louder than words. So what I've learned from my mother is that you really have to be strong, because there will be people out there that wants to pull you down, wants to take advantage of your kindness, but don't get too affected with it. Be
Good.
strong.
Be strong and clean your room. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to throw it in. But yeah, those are really great answers. And this one, though, we are actually almost done. We just have one more question for you, Nikki. The questions look like they're so long, but they're actually not. We're knocking them down one by one, and you're doing an amazing job, Nikki. Thank you so much. BSA Solutions, of course, we've been here for quite some time, and we help out a lot of employees here who have their dreams and aspirations, and we help them grow within the company. Like I said, we are the recipient of the Great Place to Work Award for 2 years now. We're very proud about that. So we have some aspirants, who want to be part of the community. Let's give a little advice for some of the millennials out there, especially those who are finding their footing in this corporate jungle. And this would be something that I want you all to listen, because Nikki here is doing a lot of things. She is part of the corporate jungle, but at the same time, she parties with you. So she climbs up and down the ladder. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the millennials who are trying to figure out what they really want to do in life. There are a lot of jobs out there, a lot of job opportunities, be it on-site or off-site, in whichever industry it is. Let's help them out in figuring out which job suits them best. Like you, for example. We even failed to mention that she is she finished culinary school. She's a dancer. She's an attorney. She parties. She's a club DJ. There's so many things that she does. But then eventually, you realize you want to do the lawyer thing in the morning and then party at night as a club DJ. How did you come about with that decision to stick with those two, be a lawyer and a DJ?
Well, being a lawyer, it was actually my mother's decision. She really wanted me to be a lawyer, because I think she knows that I'm very kind.
Okay.
Dali ra ko maluoy.
Okay.
So when you're a lawyer, dilis la ka, basta-basta nimo.
Right. True.
As a DJ, it's very different from being a lawyer, but I'm actually having fun.
Right.
Yes. When you're a lawyer, well, you're also having fun, but you're solving the problems of others.
Right.
You're trying to help them with their problems. But as a DJ, your only problem is what music to play. But I think even if I was still a child, I'm really excelling in these kinds of activities, the non-academic ones.
Oh, okay.
So I think I know already where I'm good at. So I stick there.
That's a very good point, because I think a lot of employees now, they experience burnout because they don't have an outlet to of their passions. This is something you will have to learn in life. A lot of employees will stick to the job that pays the bills, and that's a fact. And then even if they have a passion for photography or for music or dance or what have you, they'll set that aside because that's not going to make me money. But then if you really persevere and if you find time to maybe balance everything, that's why we're Libras, right?
Yes.
We balance things out. And if you really just give it thought and give yourself time to learn a lot more things. Your strengths. If you do well at your strengths and eventually your weaknesses, convert them to strengths, man, it can pay dividends for you. Who knows? Your next weakness could also start paying the bills.
Yes.
So that's amazing. Nikki, I have to say thank you for not saying no. Thank you for saying yes to my request to join us for the podcast in a heartbeat. And because of that, we have a token of appreciation for you. We have a loot bag from BSA Solutions. So it's for
Yay.
you.
Thank you, guys, for information.
Thank you so much, Nikki. Yeah, so we're going to find you on socials.
My socials, you can find me on Facebook. It's Nikki Lim. Very short, very simple, Nikki Lim.
There. Thank you so much, Nikki, for,
Thank you.
of
Thank
course,
you.
joining us. And this has been the Finding Mojo podcast brought to you by BSA Solutions. And this has been Nico. You take care, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace out. Welcome to the Finding Mojo podcast. Watch and listen to conversations about humble beginnings, struggles, and victories.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm where I am right now, because I'm kind of stubborn. So like, no, I gotta do this. Like,
Character development really did start when I cosplayed. You bump into troubles when you're younger, and then you realize, oh, I did wrong.
Featuring a healthy melange of guests from different walks of life.
We're trying to find ourselves. We're trying to land our feet on the ground and be part of society. Who are we in society? How can we be useful?
When it comes to youth, I don't know, if you're like 18 years old or 21, 22 years old, just go love a person, love what you do. When you get hurt, just accept it. It's all part of growing up.
Be inspired, get creative, and find your own mojo. The Finding Mojo podcast, powered by BSA Solutions, the place where bright minds meet. A certified great place to work.